What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, March 20th. And, even with the war and interest rates being well above what they were a few weeks ago, guess what's still happening? People are still buying and selling houses more than they were before the war. So let's take a look at these stats so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. This is Conejo Valley, SIMI Valley, and Moorpark. Coming soon, we have 5 new listings. Look, this number keeps climbing every week. 91. Price change 79. Back on market 11. Active under contract 57. Pending 46. Closed. The real number is 59. Expired 7. Canceled 12. Hold 3 and withdrawn 3. All right, so what we want to track is what's coming on the market versus what's going off the market. So let's start with what's come on the market, which are the coming soons, the new listings, and the back on the market. The coming soon's at 5, the new listings at 91, and the back on the market's at 11, adds up to 107 properties. So we got 107 properties coming on the market. Now, these numbers are a bit deceiving because when you look at what's coming off the market, that would be the active under contracts. These are the sellers that have just accepted an offer from a buyer, and that buyer is now in their investigation phase of their transaction. You have 57 of those. Closed, you got 59. Expired 7, canceled 12, hold 3, and withdrawn 3. That totals up to 141. Now, 141 coming off the market versus 107 coming on the market, you might think to, well, wow, we must be in a low inventory market. Well, we're not. And the reason we're not is because, look, you see these 91 new listings, these are all new opportunities. These 141 that have come off the market, you have a percentage of those that were already in escrow. You had 59 of those that were already in escrow. So once they went pending, most people don't look at properties that are active under contract. You had 7 expireds, 12 canceled, hold 3, and withdrawn 3. So we're really seeing inventory ticking up on what's really available, what the buyers really want to see versus what's come off the market. All right. Let's take a look at these 91 new listings and let's see where all this inventory is coming from. All right, let me get this organized for everybody. And here we go. All right, we got a bunch in Agora. That's 9 in Agora. Moorpark, 3. That looks like 5 in Moorpark. Newberry Park just came out with a bunch. Look at this. All kinds of opportunity in Newberry Park. Oak Park, 3. That's 5 in Oak Park. SIMI Valley, I suspect there will be a lot. Yep, look at all this in SIMI. Look at all these opportunities in SIMI Valley. And then Thousand Oaks coming in with a good handful. And then, of course, Westlake. Wow, look at Westlake, guys. Look at all this new inventory in Westlake Village. That's surprising. That's really surprising. All right, let's take a look at the interest rates. The 30-year fixed is up, folks. We're up to 6.43 right now. The 15, which isn't truly historically that bad. It just isn't the 5.9 that we had a few weeks ago. The 15-year fixed is at 6.02. The 30-year jumbo is at 6.60. The 7 and 6 SOFR arm is at 5.95. The 30-year FHA is at 5.89. And the 30-year VA is at 5.90. All right, so even though interest rates are up, they're really not that bad. And a lot of you are probably thinking to yourself, if you were a buyer, oh man, the interest rates are up. I should probably wait till they come down. Well, that's really, really not the mindset that's going to get you the best deal, because guess what happens when the interest rates come up? The sellers lose a percentage of that pool of buyers. So if they're serious about selling, they're going to be more willing to negotiate. So the strategy that you should be thinking about is still looking for that house, still getting that house now, even though the interest rate is up. And then guess what happens when the war ends? It's not going to go on forever, or everything, starts to become the status quo. The new Fed chairman gets put in, interest rates are going to come down, and then you're going to get to refinance. Because when the interest rates come down, it's going to unlock more buyers. And then guess what? You're going to have more competition for that house. So now is the good time to buy. And remember what you need in order to buy if you don't have cash. You need a loan. And in order to get a loan, you need to get a pre-approval letter. You need to get with a lender. I have a great one. I'm happy to share his contact info with you. He's local out here in the Conejo Valley, in SIMI Valley and Moorpark. He's the best. I'm happy to get you in touch with him so you guys can talk the numbers. You can get him all the docs he needs to see what you truly qualify for. And then you can go and start house hunting. Then you call me. Once you got that pre-approval letter, then you call me. Send me a text, shoot me an email, give me a call. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Josh Brenner with Compass right here in Westlake Village. And don't forget to get some exercise today, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.